Okay, friends, so today we're going to try and get into the nuts and bolts of creating our zipper bag. We're working on just a simple rectangular shaped zipper bag, and because we have the 6x10 hoop, we're going to take advantage of that and make the rectangle for the bag nearly fill the hoop. So we're going to start by creating a rectangle for the zipper placement. So I'll go to the Draw package and create a new bitmap. It really doesn't matter the size that I start out with here in my drawing because I can adjust it in Autopunch. But I am going to choose a mid-range line and select rectangle and then just draw a rectangle. And there we go. So I'm going to close that, save it. Okay, yes. And now I'm ready to go into Autopunch. Alright, so here's my image, and I want to crop it a bit because I really don't need to have all that white space around my image. So here we go, and we want to make this slightly larger here. Well, okay, and I'm going to change that to inches. Now if we were making a zipper bag that was approximately 6 by approximately 10, which is about the size of our hoop, then we would need an 11-inch zipper. And the opening for the zipper is going to be smaller than that, obviously. So, and we'll have a seam on either side. So we would suppose that the opening for the zipper would be about 9. So I'm going to set the width here at 9.0, and the height is going to be about 1. Alright, let's try it this way. 1.0 and about 9. Okay, well we can always adjust it later, but that'll give us close to what we're wanting here for this purpose. Alright, and we'll just move forward. Now the most important thing we're going to do here is select a fill because we're going to make it an applique. And the reason we want the applique is so we can get that running stitch line around the outside. And you've seen us do this before, but we'll give it a go once more. I'm going to select the bag. This is where my editing tool comes in handy. I'll go up to Design, and I'm going to choose Stitch Type Applique. I'm not going to have a first hold down line or a second or an overlock. Okay, and I'll hit Apply. And voila, I have a placement line now for my zipper. And I can always adjust this and I can move it around, but I just wanted to get the outline done here. So let's click off, and we're going to select this design. We're going to move it near the edge, and this is where I'm going to adjust it just a little bit. Okay, we can make further adjustments as we move along, but this will be the placement line for our zipper. Alright, there we go. So that's the first step in making our zipper bag. Now the next step is going to be to make another rectangle, and it will be the stitch line. And that's a little bit different because when we make the placement line, it doesn't matter that the ends here are closed off. We just need to know where the zipper is going to be placed. Okay, but when we stitch it, that's a little bit different. We're going to have to open up this end and this end, the two ends, so we don't stitch across the zipper. We want to hold the right and the left lines in place. But our next step is going to be to name this and save it. We're going to call it, oh, I don't want to work there. Let's save it to the desktop, and we're going to call it rectangular, N-G-U-L-A-R, rectangular zipper bag. Okay? Now, we're going to go to File, New, and we're going to create another rectangle. Let's just go back into our draw package. Open an I don't want to go there. I want to go back into the draw package and create a new bitmap. And again, it doesn't matter what size, but it does matter the color. So I'm going to choose the mid-range line again. And this time I'm going to make it red. I'm going to choose the rectangle. Okay. And there we go. So we will simply close that up, save it, and this time we're going to call it zipper stitch lines. Okay, so now we'll go into Autopunch and we will digitize our zipper stitch lines. Okay. And again, it really doesn't matter what, in fact, I'm just going to leave it like that because it really doesn't matter what size until we get into the making of the bag. We'll have to adjust it some. So I'll take this down a little bit. All right, we do not want to stitch the background, okay, but we do want to have a fill stitch. All right, we'll finish that off. A better look at it. All right, so I want to use my editing tools. And I don't know why this got all wonky on me, but we'll fix that later. I want to go in and change this into applique. Alright, there it is. So I'm good with that. So it's just a little bit wonky here. There. Let's put this back up here. Let's put this back up here. I don't know why we're all discombobulated here today, but well, this is very interesting. All right, now then, so take this down a notch. We can get a view of it. There we go. So I want to adjust the size a little bit. And the zipper is about 1 inch wide, but when we actually stitch the lines, we're going to come in a little bit, about 1/2 inch or maybe 3/4 of an inch. So what I'm going to do right now is unlock this combination, and I'm going to make this 0.6, and I'm going to make this 9.0. Okay. And now I've got a long skinny line. I'm going to have to center that. There we go. Alright, so now I have a long skinny line that is actually going to stitch the zipper. And what I'm going to do now, this is a little bit tricky, but watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to select this design, and I'm going to copy it. Alright, then I'm going to go back to my original drawing. Remember, I named it rectangular zipper bag so I could find this again. And now I'm going to paste in the stitch lines inside the placement. All right, did you see how I did that? So the black lines show where I place my zipper, and the red lines show where I stitch it in place. And because I have 2 different colors, I can click on either one of these to make adjustments. So if that's not wide enough, you see I can make it a little wider or a little narrower if I need to. If this